Radio Democracy, supported by Asiwa and powered by Africell.
(7:30) from New Englandville studios. Good morning and welcome to the second edition of the program Good Morning Salon for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, Tuesday, December 10th, 2019. We will bring the program come to you this Tuesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangora
and Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salon, the Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallo, don call on members in our parliament for work together for support national development program them. Some stakeholder them na Makonsei Chiefdom Potloko district don't say the number of girl picking them where they get belle they go up na the chiefdom because plenty pan them now they get access to senior secondary education. And inside the program this morning, the National Publicity Secretary, na the Salon People's Party, Lahai Lawrence Lima, go talk about waiting come out inside the SLPP mini convention we end over the weekend na Friton.
Well, this and plenty other story them did inside the program for you this morning. And as today, Tuesday, December 10th, the International Human Rights Day, the Deputy Chairperson na the Human Rights Commission, Victor Island-Sana, go talk about how the country they for address human rights issues them and work about safe day inside the program for you this morning. Remember, say they listen to we live on www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and powered by Africell. The program na Good Morning Salon. You can same way so send me message on the number 077-981-981. Ask your question, comment on any of the issues them where we can discuss inside the program this Tuesday morning. Or if they watch me live now Facebook page, drop your comments on any of the issues them where we they talk about.
The first issue we look at the program this morning, for the past 29 years, Somalia done the first war. Also, plenty people don't die and some people don't lost them property them. Well, for bring peace na this country, make Africa Union from Amazon mission, where the Salon Police they parts of this mission. This being said, the Salon Police take some journalists them go Somalia. Also, the Democracy Mange Mansare been they part of the team. Also, it talked to the Chief Superintendent of Police, Mary Kainto, where say we're based now in Somalia, and it say the Salon Police they give capacity to Somalia Police for being peace in that country. Chief Superintendent of Police Mary Kainto talk more inside this interview with Mange Mansare from Somalia.
Where we now so we therefore train, mentor, and advise the Somali police force.
We have to train and mentor the Somali police force. Yes. So what we can train them? Whose mentorship we give them?
Them people here done the INSAI war for over 28 years. Systems they don't broke down, and people then get for do police work. So if people then get for do police work, they need people them will get police experience. For tell them some of the good things them where they for do.
We can actually train them for tell them like what thing they happen in Sierra Leone, community policing, international standards, how police them for be all the things they put on a curriculum for.
We get them. A very rich training curriculum. We get everything for do with crime, gender issues, investigations, leadership, management, everything is inside. And we also get the basic recruit curriculum. Now we they train the police. Just like how they see we get PTS, we they train with police them. Yes, if they get na Joha, they have been dead. Now they have been the Wokwa Canary training school. So make sure say we exhaust the basic curriculum. And now we don't train 400, they don't pass out. Right now 200 they inside Joha and 200 they Yaso na Mogadishu. We get 400 because we get people that will come from Lower Shabelle states. They not get the facility. So we bring them. So 400 they presently na the General Kaye Police Academy.
Una they do all learn training there. Una they tell them about community policing, international standards, how for investigate cases them.
Yes.
And the systems them for 28 years been don't broke down. So in terms of justice system, how effective it be?
Well, we will work now for teach them. And once you they teach people them, then they understand what you they teach them, Like they no grasp everything one thing, but small, then they change. Small, then they change.
We'll talk about the police cells then, within the police headquarters. How it's
The police headquarters now big building, old building, but it's strong. It don't day from in the 50s, that building there. And it's very decent. Just like we get police headquarters, then get the offices there for the director them. Oh, that's what it is. And when they go there, they work with the director of trading.
How the cells then overcrowding, that kind of thing there?
The cells they're not overcrowded. The cells are not overcrowded because we no go there and we they tell you now the good thing them where international partners they want for see. We no go there we they see the things they go wrong.
Somebody go they say outside crime, so he expects them to then for happen.
No, the cells are not overcrowded. Because we they go in for check. We want for know what in this person do, and we want for make sure say they charge in case gonna court quick one.
How this situation in Somalia, because we talk about Somalia, oh they say this is a war place. You know, people know one for camp in Somalia. What's a general assessment for we can?
If you get business for Kandunaya, where you can, what you can for now for do, and where you come, where they say no go yanda, no go there. Who say you supposed for there and there you for go. So you know go just can they waka like na free on you there. No, yeah, any side where you they go. If you get business there, then you they go there with convoy. We know they waka one. We get we base secured and they will day. But if they go out, like why they go walk around, we they go in a convoy.
So how the Somali police they appreciate you now?
Then they talk to we thinking difficult, not the language, but with time. Then don't they understand? We self they try for understanding. Because if you go to area, the language where the people then they talk, you know they hear, but the way they carry yourself about. And God don't make we get some app there now we can use. It go talk something, I can put my phone on and they will understand what it mean. And the way they relate, we they try for break that kind of barrier. We for say you know go near them. No, we they go near them, we they play and laugh. I go see elderly person, I go greet them. Papa, I go greet up. He go answer. He go no say na greeter. I like na English and they talk. He no say na greeter. He they answer me. So you see, the police officer them, we they sit down. And when we sit down, not to ordinary story with the police. We they talk about police. Thing they will go make policing better as Somalia. And when they sit down, we they talk.
Well, that's now Chief Superintendent of Police, Mary Kainto, be talking about that interview there with Makonsei from Somalia, as the Salon Police been carry some journalists and they disappear them for do part of them work and observe how the peace process they carry on there as they still efforts for bringing peace in Somalia.
We will continue with the program. Good morning, Salon. We will come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We will look at more issues them inside the program this morning. And now we will go na Potloko district, usai Adikalia Koya Konte, and encompassing community stakeholder them, where they na Makonsei chiefdom inside Potloko district on say because girl picking them not get access to senior secondary school education at the chiefdom. Now that's make the number of girl picking the way they get belly don't go up na the chiefdom. And people are talk this where the SIK Foundation go give them school material them and some other equipment them for make the road and plenty other support na then chiefdom. You know Kabia be dead na this chiefdom and they go now report.
Voice of community people, na Makonsei chiefdom inside Potloko district. When they welcome the SIK Foundation, na den chiefdom. The Santiri Idris Kabo Foundation, over the past year them, don't they support the Makonsei chiefdom in the area of education, health, water, good road, and plenty other things them. As we for say, the SIK Foundation push government in agenda for the every first Saturday cleaning, where government be don't put. This make the SIK Foundation over the weekend. Don't go get cleaning tools and other things them for clean the Makonsei chiefdom. Santigi Idris Kabo, now the founder for the SIK Foundation, talk more about this support where they don't go give.
Saturday every month cleaning. I still come in and now as you see, I don't provide tools them more than they use for this cleaning. It costs plenty because we get 40 villages then at this chiefdom and all villages then get more than 10 to 20 tools them. I'm not just able to say now the amount it cost me, but if he self able to calculate the amount when like a 10-15, you get for provide shovel, pickaxe and food because then people they're not getting nothing. You know, can put them all day for work, for make road and make other things them we don't get nothing and that make all what's in the government they can say there will people in this area do not go on for consider them say na something because able keep person from the morning till to almost o'clock, you not get food for eat, you not get nothing. So I not only come and provide tools and other thing, I also give them food when they eat during the cleaning exercise.
Santigi Kabo continue for talk about some of the reasons them we make him be from the SIK Foundation na Makonsei Chiefdom inside Potloko district.
We form this foundation for like at least we able help people them na the chiefdom with various needs them who they not able get from any other side pass from this foundation. Through this SIK Foundation, they help the kids them, our chiefdom, and also the youths them and the aged people them, the farmers them, the school going people them, the hospitals we don't help. We don't provide scholarships for the picking them, we don't graduate to university, and also as for now we get the free quality education. We said only complement the government in efforts for provide books and all other materials and where the primary and the secondary pupils then they use for go school. Me plead to all Sogiat organizations that wouldn't listen to me because for now I know they get help from anywhere else except me own clearing and forwarding where I form. When I there they get me resources for can help. So the people who don't they meet me would then cry then they. But me alone not going to take this venture for can put for them this secondary school. But with the help of other Sogiat organizations them they will come in and help me so that we will able to start that day. And that is the biggest problem that they will get now this children.
But waiting community people na Makonsei Chiefdom think but then support the yard where the SIK Foundation don't they give them.
But this SIK, it don't do a lot of development at the Makonsei Chiefdom. The maintenance of this road now one. It don't do the creation of job opportunity for brothers there. Even where they chana the carboat guns and Boku. No be get nobody in this chiefdom where they do this year. Just pray to God and we tell God thank you. God don't bring for we at least this savior has to win our SIK Foundation.
We don't send for we don't make we don't cooperate for make the road. We only on the road make Nagabu knocking guys. So
we're happy this young intelligent Sierra Leonean born of Makonsei Chiefdom. He don't bring so many developments na this place. He don't help students there. Even the last exam, the NPSC come with learning materials, with other things, not just only with money for support the student there. Would they behave well? Like we so born here, we not ever get such somebody who na let me say na a developmentally oriented somebody. Present day, you don't come for try for improve roads there, this road maintenance. Now be a problem with a strain.
We know get good road pass na enforce for can do them kind here. For can make them road here. For let the road good. From the election Monday where then they can't vote for. One day today, me not see somebody like waiting this speaker they do so. Then do am. We tell God thank you. Oh God give you this speaker. Let this speaker God give a long life.
With all land supports the yam, people wait up na Makonsei Chiefdom inside Potloko district say one big problem where they don't they get. Now where the chiefdom not get senior secondary school. Where this they say don't they affect girl picking them and don't make the teenage pregnancy rate. Don't I na the Makonsei Chiefdom.
Then the foolish then are Potloko district as well. Now the other one in this secondary school no day. Who's are you day? Who's are they go send them? Why man go meet a sepa? Are they give this lunch as well to God? The girl begin as they go make foolish by himself. More than the girl picking them to God and they get pregnant without them time.
Where would they take them to the big town there? You find out at the end of the day, na belle they count for we. We appeal to government for at least then we will help we with senior secondary school na Makonsei Chiefdom for at least we will stop to this kind of problem here.
The school business are a problem. We only get a junior secondary school and even that junior secondary school they now the community people and then they just they try for do things then for make them bring them up. We not get good chairs then, good tables then. Now the school, the teacher, the student and the strain. Well now manager Santos who don't see us. Not to politician it through in business way they do no more. Now they come. Say they can help the people and the chiefdom. And when he come, we born their own the indigenous people and the chiefdom, we get for embracer, we get for protector because this was chiefdom for the past 75 years. There are no development at the chiefdom.
Then people here end up call on government, Soyat organization and people will come out na Potloko district for make them go help them get senior secondary school inside Makonsei Chiefdom. As they say, if they get this school, that's go help for reduce the teenage pregnancy. Now that part then at the country. For the Society for Radio Democracy, you know Kabia the report.
It's our future. Let's write it.
It's our future. Let's write it.
Salon they develop new national youth policies.
Yes, now Salon government through the Ministry of Youth Affairs and then partner them. Day before, and yourself can join them.
The new national youth policy go guide government and in partner them support to young people them for the next 5 years, and they want to make it give you idea for develop this policy.
So young people and people we want to see young people develop na salon can join this process.
If you na young person or want to see young people them na salon develop, you can add your voice to this process, and for do so na for text the word join to 2018 na Orange or Africell network for free and join new reports.
The new national youth policy na chance for shape the country in future.
The new report na side for talk about things the way you believe say important for young people them development na salon.
Make we hear your voice. Involve yourself for develop the new national youth policy. Join new reports and text join to 2018 na Orange or Africell mobile network for free. It's our future. Let's write it.
The time from the studio clock now 7:45, and the program is still listening to now Good Morning Salon. Well, as we tell na earlier na the headline then, today na the program, the National Publicity Secretary na the Salon People's Party SLPP, Lahai Lawrence Lima, they are this morning for council we waiting come out inside the SLPP. The National Delegates Conference will be over the weekend na Katko Conference Center na Wilkinson Road. The SLPP, as soon as know by now, na one of the major political party in the country, we na den day in governance right now, and then ki all this then conference, but 2 times per year, na then ki all outside this particular one when at the Delegates Conference, then ki dedicate them for look inside seeing them where they inside the constitution, where then ki want for change or amend. Well, this morning at the program, I want for welcome Lahai Lawrence Lima, when at the National Publicity Secretary as at Teluna na India this morning for council about this conference which is done. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mabel, and thank you for having me.
Well, as I don't tell the listeners and just know this past weekend, on be all on a National Delegates Conference, also among other things them the party been look at things them where they inside the constitution of the party where on been things say them don't reach for make on amend. But before we can look at the outcome of Dandy, just give you more information as to why una pick this stem for go look inside una party constitution back.
Well, firstly, for the past 2 or 3 days now, we been on the in the National Delegate Conference for look at the constitution. Why we want for look at the constitution? Because the 1995 existing constitution now being get a lot of flaws, we cause we a lot of challenges where we been the opposition. And so even the last conference na Kenema need been there for make we table this constitution for make we work on them. But the process is where the constitutional amendment they go through, and also looking at the urgency we've been there for make we able for elect national officers, not be able for make we look at the review of this constitution. Now that we actually get time within we schedule, we don't decide now say we for look at some of the areas, then there will be the cause we challenges or will be the cause difficulty for the party in progress, and so we don't review the areas. And but the conference, the National Delegate Conference, now the biggest body or organ of the party, we they make major decision like this we get for do with the constitution. And so the National Delegate Conference where the party call na being for go principally look at this constitution, and also additionally they being for launch microcredit scheme so that party members then go able for contribute for see how best we the help the one them we no get job or we believe in business, especially the women and the youth. So now being then 2 things and the largely we look at, but essentially now this constitution more or less the National Delegate Conference then be calling for.
You say una go look at some of the things them where be they give a lot of challenges where una as a party be in opposition. Now one of the main reasons where una call this particular conference. Take we back on some of the major things them where now some of them challenges that una decide for go change on our constitution.
Well, before we come to the 1995 constitution, the constitution will be don't exist before the 1995 constitution being get for make provision for the leadership of the party different from the chairman. We mean say the administrative and political leadership be entirely different, and at the same time also we need then we don't merge that 2 position the way being get for cause we a lot of hardship in the party. We if for instance somebody in a chairman and leader, meaning they provide both political and administrative leadership for the party. So if me they run as flag bearer, there are certain critical political decisions where the leader and chairman they go attend where me as flag bearer not they. And if it can happen saying a selfish person or is a compromised person as at the time or in certain decisions where they make on behalf of the flag bearer, there is every likelihood say it can be compromised in decision making way for able for help the flag bearer for win. And the flag bearer way they contest for win and lead the country is also crucial for making it in certain political meetings. But when you get the chairman and leader position combined different from the flag bearer, it's also very crucial for the person we want for can lead the party at national level, not the critical decisions. Thing.
Talking about
so
them two positions here,
the,
so quickly, Lima. Talking about them two positions here, so whilst una party be there in opposition, it be okay for una for let then same position they would then be merged, let the person all why not now way the SLPP in governance una decide say una for separate the two position then.
Well, it not be okay for we, but then time not been there for make we able for do reviews and then thing in the because constitutional matter not to a day business. It require time for even review, put them together. It require resources, and all of them thing in the you get for take them into account, and at the same time struggle day for leadership. And like I tell you no more, if somebody not chairman and leader is not aspiring to be president, you will always find out say if you want to reduce that power, that he has the sole authority in order for agree. So challenges then go this so much, but now already we get a president. We of course presidential candidate they aspire for be president for provide leadership, and somebody holding that position there will always be a difficulty for separate that. Already you have a president now. We know they say okay they aspire for go, and we know say now the ideal situation that in which the party been on there before. And we want to go back to the original status quo in which the president will provide political leadership for the party, wherein the chairman they provide administrative leadership for the party.
We can look more into waiting commouts now the delegates conference, but tell listeners them other than and then specific individuals there we make up the SLPP delegates we go take such decision over the weekend.
Well, delegates and the party constitution, the existing one, get categories of people and we consider for be delegates. One me we deny, mean a part of the national officers, we are delegates, and you also get the current members of parliament, they are all delegates, and you also get the diaspora and regions, we themselves get numbers of delegates within they provide. Then you get constituency delegates, a young generation, women's leader, and these are the categories of people we I can recall saying that they comprise the body where they provide the delegate component of the party where they able for make them decisions and they for the progress of the party.
Plenty member them we suppose for be member of them different component there we don't list up we for meet up and make up the delegate conference for make decision them. But during the conference most of them member then they not been did and plenty people believe see the SLPP where they operate now get a sort of division among una, and this whole delegate conference now a way for give so much powers to certain people. How would this be, Mr. Lima?
Well, that's not so true. If you tell me like the plenty of them delegates are not in there, that's not true. But besides, you get a quorum we the conference need for provide, and if 1/3 of the members, the delegates, is present in that particular meeting, it constitutes a quorum for make a decision. So whether a member day or no day, but as long as the conference able for provide a quorum we require for conduct the conference, then the conference will go on. And I feel say we will be even the more than 1/3 of the delegate membership.
Alright, continue for the between the program in case you just a tune in. That now Lahai Lawrence Lima in the National Publicity Secretary for the Salon People's Party, the SLPP. Then just all the convention over the weekend na the Catco Hotel outside them been go make some changes them na the national constitution. Later on Lima go tell we about some of them changes there. But again at the studio I want for welcome Lansana Victor Islands and sorry, when the deputy chairperson at the Human Rights Commission of Salon. Well, as I earlier, now we headline today, na the International Human Rights Day, and during this day every year, the Human Rights Commission na Salon, and then partner them, they join on with the international community for member the adoption of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, when at the UDHR, when a global document with the United Nations General Assembly been put together inside 1984. Well, today the Human Rights Commission Salon and in partner them, they come together for member this particular day and with them be adopt this particular document. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, good morning, listeners.
All right, just like how I don't read earlier in the intro, this particular the December 10 every year, the Human Rights Commission, Salon, and then partner, and they come together for member this day and self talk about some of the human rights issues them where they Hamburg citizens them, particularly Salon. Today na another day for let una celebrate the International Day of the Human Rights. Talking about human rights issues Salon, how far the commission don't go for ensure say citizens they know about the human rights and on a try for address some of the challenges they more than they get.
All right, thank you very much again. The Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone, me family and we they view this program, we listen. I just want to remind you say now the institution of this country we Parliament in 2004 give the legal mandate for protect and promote human rights of everybody in a Salon, be you a Sierra Leonean or a non-Sierra Leonean. So that body the Parliament we say now then for at all times and for everybody for protect and promote their rights. So over the years, the Human Rights Commission actually come a very long way. I mean, in ensuring that we reach out to Sierra Leoneans them right across the country, reach out to everybody in Sierra Leone. I mean, talking about the rights of every Sierra Leonean, but also very importantly, for talk about the responsibilities of Sierra Leoneans them. So today, now a very important day, not just for Sierra Leone, but for the entire globe. Today, I mean, human rights defenders them, they actually celebrate and commemorate this day we call International Human Rights Day. Remember say during the World War II, we not get any international body we be there for actually look at the protection and promotion of human rights. And that particular war, we all know, it caused lots of human rights abuses, human rights violations, atrocities in this world. So after then, the United Nations General Assembly, they put together a document we now refer to as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, like we refer to as the UDHR. So this document, a universal document, although it's not binding, but it don't give birth to several other documents. And what it contains, what it is that document, human rights principles them, we expect say every state actor, inclusive of Sierra Leone, for always abide by, because it's so much important. It gives rights to individuals. Ensure say indeed everybody, every state actor, and also every citizen for ensure say they respect and protect human rights.
So the human rights issues them plenty worldwide, but for Salon, the Human Rights Commission, now waiting at the major human rights issues them we don't focus on.
Well, human rights issues them, like we say, very, very plenty. So we need to just focus on one human rights issue. As they unfold, as they happen, we respond to them as the commission. So we need to pick and choose.
Among the plenty one them, now the most common one then as Salon.
Now, we all know see there is this issue of sexual violence. I mean, it's a very serious topical issue right now. We see that the numbers that they go quite recently. You see, say Freetown, for example, don't actually, records. So much, no big number in sexual-based violence, sexual penetration. And rape. So this is one very serious human rights issue where the commission look at, and we are really, really very much concerned that such a thing is happening. But always government don't count a very laudable project, one of the free quality education program. But then we see lots of picking them now, and we got picking them don't get the opportunity. Some of them don't get the opportunity for enjoy from this particular laudable venture because we get some foolish men around we. They go after them, they abuse them, and at the end of the day, they drop out of school. So sexual-based violence now something we really topical, and we are very much concerned about that. And that is why, as a matter of fact, we as a commission, the United Nations actually on this day, they will get a very big global theme for this celebration. We now stand up for human rights. But we as a commission, we don't localize our own theme. So what we get, we say stand up for human rights and fight against sexual and gender-based violence. Because we believe, say, this is a very serious topic we for discuss, and the commission, they call on everybody, whether be you state actor or, ordinary citizen, for come on board, for stand together, and for fight against this very serious social menace.
All right. Victor I. Lansana, Deputy Chairperson at the Human Rights Commission. Continue for the weeks at the studio. The time from the studio clock now 8 o'clock, where they make some money.
Salon Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salon Link money transfer for send money to anybody like you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office like you not get the account number. Buy Edsalight, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for we boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salon Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salon Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering God.
We continue with the program. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We will bring the program come to you this Tuesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura
and Mabel Kaba.
They look at more issues inside the program, and now they take one power headlines to read them. Inside the Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallo, don't encourage all political party representatives them in Parliament for work together as one for ensure they can contribute to national development. They talk this way, it be making statements na Parliament open day. We don't start Monday, December 9th, and it go down the 11th December this year, with the theme making Parliament of Sierra Leone visible and enhancing citizens' knowledge and understanding of its working. As this process is say go make member of Parliament them, and the Parliament administration go be accountable to the public for tweeting than they do. Princess Piaz gets more, and he go now report.
The Salon Parliament been start as Legislative Council. Outside them be renamed as House of Representatives inside 1954, but after different talk with the British government, they make them be later agree for set up the Salon Parliament. Outside them core value, now for say them be accountable and transparent, but all their activity and decision where this make for the first time, Parliament don't get the open day for make the public get access to Parliament and ask questions and learn about Parliaments. Where it talk for this open day, the Vice President Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallo be encourage the different political party representatives them in Parliament for work together as one for system and contribute positive one to national development.
I want to encourage the House to realize that there is no institution that better fits that kind of governance exercise than the House of Parliament, to promote inclusiveness and to realize that intra-party dialogue is critical to the stability of the Parliament itself and also to the well-being of the polity, because the days of winners take all is over, because the whole concept of winners take all in itself undermines state institutions, and you cannot build a strong state if you don't have functional, viable state institutions. We should therefore strive and, more importantly, work towards promoting national inclusion. And I think there is no better place to showcase that stability, that inclusiveness, and that importance than the House of Parliament.
Honorable Alhaji Ibrahim Ben Kabo, now the acting leader for the opposition APC party in Parliament, he said they're glad for this open day process, but say they want for some more inclusive governance.
But what can be remembered and what is important is the fact that we have sustained the democratic process. And this building, this parliament, happens to be the centerpiece for the sustenance of the democracy we all are talking about. We are proud that our parliament continues to survive We are not only a parliament of APC and SLPP anymore. We are now a parliament that has also brought in new parties that have become part and parcel of the governance system. And that is what we all will continue to work towards, to make sure that the development of this country, to make sure the democracy of this country is all inclusive. And we in the opposition believe in this, the APC believes in this, is to make sure that members of the public continue to become part and parcel of this democratic process.
Where it read the annual financial report of Parliament for this year, the clerk na Parliament, Honorable Umar Parantarawali, be announced say Parliament will receive 25.1 billion loans for do the work.
For the year under review, that is 2019, to date, Parliament from all sources have received 25.1 billion loans for all its operations. And this aggregated as follows. Support to members of Parliament to help them in their representative, lawmaking, and oversight responsibility forms 55% of this amount. And the actual running of Parliament to date has consumed 15% of the total cost. That of the 25.1 billion, 1.3 billion is direct partners funding to Parliament of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Our current strategic plan, the government of Sierra Leone supports 25% of all the interventions in our strategic plan.
Inside in presentation of the Speaker annual report, the Speaker na Parliament, Honorable Dr. Abbas Cherno Bundu, talk about some of the things them where don't happen at Parliament from where he be Speaker.
The Parliament of the Second Republic has been able to consider 102 motions, passed 15 bills into law, laid 134 papers, approved 382 presidential nominees, stood upon Standing Order 5-2 105 times, all indicative of the frequency of meetings. The Fifth Parliament has also ratified 20 protocols and conventions, 36 agreements, voted into law 3 constitutional and 7 statutory instruments, and adopted 6 rulings of the Speaker on the practice and procedure of Parliament. The most notable of all the laws passed under my speakership is the amendment of the Sexual Offences Act of 2012 and the Finance Act of 2020. On the Sexual Offences Act, the women of this country have every reason to be proud of the Fifth Parliament of the Second Republic for passing into law one of the most progressive gender milestone legislations on the African continent. As of today, this Fifth Parliament has laid no fewer than 24 reports on the table of the House to give efficacy and vitality to its oversight functions.
As the European Union, now one of the development partner them, where don't they support Parliament for development business, make the European Union Ambassador na Salon Tom Vance say then go continue for support Parliament for say them be credible and be encouraged member of Parliament them for work according to the promise them where they make inside the Bold Declaration.
The Bold Declaration that was signed last August by all political parties after intense and fruitful debate is a remarkable development I wish to underscore. The well of Parliament must be the well of dialogue and constructive engagement, mutual respect of opinions, less victimization of MPs holding and expressing different opinions. Not an arena of factional battles, but a public and transparent sphere of intense political activity. May the spirit of the Bold Declaration prevail over all parliamentary processes and proceedings, reaffirm our commitment to contribute to the deepening of a culture of democracy and support this Parliament for the benefit of all Sierra Leoneans.
This process they continue until 11th of this month. Outside the entire body in Parliament, they encourage the public for take part in the process and land body work wey Parliament dey do. For Radio Democracy, Princess Pias dey report.
The program they continue and still at the office of the Vice President. The Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Jule Jallo, don't say government don't set up interministerial committee for look inside the problem them way is say the education sector they get. Well, Dr. Jallo talk this inside one meeting where Salon joined under country them for member the International Anti-Corruption Day when I been yesterday, December 9, with the theme United Against Corruption to Ensure Quality Education. You know, Kabia gets more ego reports.
Inside October 2003, the United Nations General Assembly be adopt United Nations Convention Against Corruption and be make December 9 every year as the International Anti-Corruption Day, where this day na for raise awareness, but corruption na the wall. This year, Salon join other countries them na the wall for celebrate the International Anti-Corruption Day with the theme United Against Corruption to Ensure Quality Education. Francis Ben Kaifala, na the commissioner na the Anti-Corruption Commission starts first for talk about the strong law them where Salon don't pass for the fight against corruption.
Sierra Leone just courageously passed the strongest law in Africa for the fight against corruption. It is a law that is going to be the example in Africa. Already we are being contacted from all over the world asking us for that blueprint, including places like Liberia, Namibia, Ghana, and even Nigeria, for us to share with them the foundational belief behind this law that we have passed. Laws are useless if the people cannot enforce them. Laws are useless if the country for which it is passed does not fully appreciate the spirit behind it and the commitment to ensuring that the anomaly in respect of which it is passed is dealt with seriously.
Francis Ben Kaifala continue say they don't get government in strong support for fight corruption na the country.
I can say this without doubt that I am at least sure that we have a very strong presidential will in the fight against corruption. I am also similarly strong and very sure that we have a very strong law to fight corruption. I am absolutely sure in my mind that we who are fighting corruption at the ACC and all our stakeholders are very ready to take on the fight. What remains measurable is the political will, and that is going to be tested when people who believe that they are sacred cows, who believe they should not follow procedures in institutions, they should hire whoever they feel like hiring, who believe that because of the roles they have played in political parties, they are above everyone else. When those people, the evidence falls in our hands, that they are at least answerable for their actions, and we go after them, and then we will gauge the political will. That is the project we are working on.
Center for Accountability and the Rule of Law now one civil society where then they help in the fight against corruption na the country. We make the executive director Ibrahim Tomi don't say they don't pull one report. We go help the ACC for fight corruption.
CAL has commissioned two important studies. One is a study on cost of corruption and a corruption perception study. Both studies, we hope, the outcome of both studies, we hope will not only inform the Anti-Corruption Commission in terms of its programming, but we guide all of us, non-state actors, as well as the government of Sierra Leone in our collective efforts to combat corruption. I'd like to acknowledge and commend the ongoing giant strides made by the Anti-Corruption Commission.
But wetin the UK government think about the corruption fight na Salon? Simeon Moster, na the British High Commissioner na Salon.
As the UK is one of your long-standing and historic partners, we welcome efforts by this government and indeed its officials and civil society to take the fight for corruption forward and upwards. Now, more than ever, more funds are being recovered from corrupt practices in the public and private sector. More cases, slowly but surely, are coming to the Anti-Corruption Court. And indeed, your government has been helping the UK chase down funds that have been lost by British firms and British people in corrupt practices. And for that, we are very, very grateful. This battle, of course, needs to be led from the very top by His Excellency the President, the Vice President, Cabinet Ministers and others. They need to send a powerful and strong signal to all of Sierra Leone society, public and private sector, that they will not tolerate corruption in any form.
Dr. Abis Ibrahim Ogbada, na the Nigerian High Commissioner na Salon say, if any country want for succeed by the fight against corruption, the three arms of government need for work independently.
The three main arms of government, that is executive, legislative, and the judiciary, must be independent of one another, performing their traditional roles without interference. When there are the stronger state institutions, then corruption is half handled. They serve as the police of the state. When criminals, looters, bribe givers and takers are punished severely for their offenses by our judicial system, then we will begin to see changes.
When he give the keynote address, the Vice President, Dr. Mohamed Jule Jalod, say one sector na the country we get plenty corruption na the education sector. We making say for make this sector go succeed, they need for use different method them.
You cannot fix the malaise in this sector essentially through one single approach. We need to combine both process, structural, and societal approaches to fighting corruption in the education sector. Process approach where you establish institutions like the ACC to take punitive actions. The ACC alone cannot fight corruption, cannot address the decline. The second approach is the structural approach, which governments need to undertake massive reforms. That is why, as a government, we decided to put 22% of the budget in education. We know we still have to do more. We have undertaken a series of reforms, not only focusing on the education sector, but also on the public service, because teachers are also public servants.
Dr. Mohamed Jule Jallo continue say government don't set up interministerial committee for look inside the problem them when say the educational sector they get.
The government has established an interministerial committee on education to critically look at this sector and, more importantly, encourage big national dialogue on the future of education. Building a viable educational sector does not depend on one actor, on one entity alone. Government could provide resources to enhance proper functionality, but other key players, pupils, students, teachers, parents, board of directors, university courts will also have to think creatively how to get this sector back on track. The free quality education is not only a flagship program. I tell people it is our life because it has to succeed.
The Vice President end up calling on Salon people for come together and give them support to the Anti-Corruption Commission for fight against corruption na the country. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Kabia the report.
Better don't come. A Union Trust Bank again. Union Salon Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We branch and they all up on us alone. Boko no kenema, we de. Kabala mabogo kakambia, we de. Jala Freetown loan sa, we de. And my 91, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Union Salon Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
17 minutes past the hour, 8 o'clock, and we will continue the program. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We still get Lahai Lawrence Lima, when at the National Publicity Secretary for the Salon People's Party, SLPP. There this morning, we look at some party then we come out na the SLPP convention, when they own a Catco Hotel over the weekend. Mr. Lima, we don't talk earlier about some of the changes they wanna make now on our constitution. We make on a separate the chairman and leader position, and now His Excellency the President don't be the leader of the party, and Dr. Hardin will not be the chairman and leader, now not just chairman of the party. This separation of them two positions there, so most people they see and say una don't give so much powers to the president, and the person will not be the chairman and leader when now not just chairman or get better power again for take decisions na the party, and this is a very strategic position.
Well, anybody is so now because of in strategic nature make now the president hold the leadership, because no power no dey go give the president now wey dey above the power wey hold as president of the republic. So for make you also able for put am na that kind of position wey for able for make.
Now two different things that they talk about: being the president of the republic and being a leader of a young party. And wait term come for election, the party na go give the flag bearer position for run for president again.
The president are the face of the SLPP in leading Sierra Leone, and so if in are the face of the SLPP, then precisely in are the leader of the SLPP way they lead we party in governance, and therefore if we're able to provide a political leadership for the party, the work of the chairman where they look at the internal administration of the party is different from the work of the leadership where they look at the external work functions of the party. Now where you look at the administrative function within the party, this is where the chairman presides. He presides over meetings. But when it comes to issues we get for do with politics and for let the party also take a position with regards the national governance, this is where the president provide leadership. So the two body they work hand in glove for make sure say the country in progress through with party within a government able for achieving goals based on the manifesto promises where the president be don't make. And then manifesto promises then they in the flag bearer when are the leader of the party now he make that promises to Sierra Leoneans, and so a need for the now that kind of position the way go able for deliver well on in promises where it be make through a manifesto when a document of the SLPP. And so now that make the president supposed to provide leadership because it didn't have power through the SLPP. And there are promises or a project we put to Sierra Leoneans and say now on this project are the work. So if you're not able for lead in your project, then you're not able for deliver properly on them projects and so the very reason the party go back and say let's go back to the original status quo, outside the president go for provide a political leadership for the party.
How much time the president will get for pay attention to this position where he gets now the party, looking at the broader picture of all the burden where he gets for lead a whole country? How much time he will get for
the time largely where the president gets now how best in manifesto promises when a document of the SLPP is translated into governance program. So that now the time really where the president gets as to how it implements a manifesto.
So if the president don't be the leader and in vice president be the deputy leader of the party, whose role exactly Dr. Adin go to play in the SLPP?
Well, when you talk of deputy leadership, from waiting this constitution don't put together now, it's always silence when the leader is not around. I mean, when the leader is around, I think he only gets role for play when it comes to providing leadership in that direction if the president not there. But if the president is that position, it's always a dormant position.
So they'll get you now so as the national publicity secretary and talking about some of them changes there so where una don't make now a constitution. I remember at some point the chairman for the SLPP be serve now the current government of His Excellency the President, and at some point the president been sacked and most people be the say some internal fights the now the SLPP between His Excellency and that by then the Dr. Hadi na be chairman and leader. Is not to say fights been there? If yes, now this fight still they go on at the SLPP?
Well, firstly, la establish one thing: the Dr. Hardin is still the leader and chairman of the party until this constitution go, or this reverse constitution go through 21 days publication, where it will finally become law if no objections actually not come in that effect. But as it is now, Dr. Hardin still continue for provide leadership and also the chairmanship of the party. But even at that, it get a very close working relationship with the president. So whatever people in your assumption be, even a family self, there's a teeth and tongue in jam, but may not even see that circumstance yet in which that kind of thing don't happen. I think the president the chairman are able to manage their relationship as the official relationship and also the family relationship. And I think say now one way based on respect and for the individual stance and also respect for even we own cultural heritage, say for respect you big one and for respect my leadership. So that's the kind of perfect working relationship where they exist between the chairman and the president. So whatever people assume, it is always for people to assume whatever they think. It not necessarily means that the assumption really can be realistic.
So the 21 days period, if anybody rejects anything we una don't agree for na the past convention, waiting go get for happen?
Well, you the petition through the PPRC, because now PPRC really get for publish this document to public domain, because this is not public property now. So people will get interest, especially members of the SLPP, now can buy them after the publication and look at them. If they get problem with any clause, then you'll be able to put them petition through the PPRC, and then we call the petitioners and also we the party officials for sit side by side. We look into them and see how best to be able to resolve the issues with somebody gets.
Khadija been asked earlier, this issue of a divided SLPP way some people see. Say you get the pauper faction and you get the real SLPP Tonians them, where they feel left out of the party and not feel say they really belong. This delegates conference, how wanna be involved then set of people here, where we know they see na the picture again and people in that way we be don't use for no saying a SLPP strong member them. For example, John Oponjo Benjamin. Usa ide time like this.
Well, the issue about power session from SLPP real members power not necessarily means it's outside the concepts of the SLPP. Well, power concept perhaps like what the president states, the ideal of the grassroots support for in leadership for be elected into governance. I think at some point when the president go Kailau, Mr. John Oponjo Benjamin take the lead for make sure say the president gets that kind of respect with the people of Kaila on the Gi and support to the president. So I think all bygones actually be don't die from the day where the president win and Mr. John Oponjo Benjamin don't come at State House.
Not to more other people.
Well, the rest of others we don't actually get the opportunity for me to the president. President Bio now one person we he gets a very good heart and officer a person even with the nurture grudge. It's just that no more he gets an Herculean task where he really preoccupied with. But as time they go by, they try for relaxed and get time for able for also engage with some of the elders of the party and see how best they go for tap into their advice or wisdom for push this country in progress go before.
Now to say in the SLPP you get the pauper and you get the one doing at the SLPP.
Well, if anybody thinks a pauper not just an ideal say we for win with the support of the grassroots we means say no to anything, but it's still the SLPP ideal. There is nothing like pauper so different from the SLPP. It's just that like every SLPP is pauper. The fact that we be once say SLPP come na power and once SLPP don't come na power, all of us actually, because the majority will they win and they carry the views of the people. So every other one will be left out. We're not been believing the pauper ideal. It's now pauper because we're able to achieve the dream of getting the SLPP to power.
You said the delegates conference will also give opportunity to the party for launch a microcredit scheme.
Yeah.
For owner members them. Why owner take this decision?
Well, you know, say Sierra Leone government now the large body where they employ people, and we talk about inclusive governance. In other words, some people not to even SLPP, but if they get the technical ability or get the skill for able for help the president for accomplish in manifesto promises, then people and they can benefit. And even the one themselves when are party members and not to everybody capable for catch up, especially with the grassroots and women we support the government.
So the scheme open to everybody?
Well, this is not party contribution, but it open to party people, especially the women and youths. We not able for do very well if you give them offices, but if you give them microcredit, we then go able for engage and do small business. We go able keep them busy. Now that scheme there for, and that scheme there then they do them by phases. Sometimes phase one go get for target certain number of people, and so let's say for instance you get 4 million loans and you able utilize that, you able pay back. The next time we don't pay down another money, then they take back again for help the one that will not be benefit. Then if you get for take back after you don't pay that 4 million, for instance, then the next moment you go able for increase and something like 5 million.
Coming with this like scheme, how you go describe the leadership of President Bio as it is in terms of people getting opportunities for able to get and deliberate, where the party just don't cater for some of them members, them forget money, where then go able for the turn. When nationally look at the pictures, so many other people in the we want such opportunity, but they're not able to forget. How you go describe in leadership?
Well, this no get for do with President Bio in own leadership. It's about it's just the fact that yes, it's just the fact that in the leader of the party, but we now the party, we the members of the party now we decide for do this. But I feel say in the 2020 budget where the finance minister launched, I think there is also a microcredit scheme in that budget where then go get for use through then microfinances where then go get for pass-through, where go get for benefit the country as a whole, for people. This one specifically, we as party, as party members, now we decide for do this for able for uplifts some of your members them way maybe not even opportune for benefit from the national scheme, but rather at we own party level we're also able for engage some of the people there.
Quickly, this microcredit scheme what they talk about, we don't they some of on a party supported them lately, don't they send out message of disgruntlement, especially the young people, and where they now the party office say after the election His Excellency don't neglect them, not they even go na the party office and all. Now a strategy this way on a party come up with for appease some of them people, then they we feel say they don't support on I don't win election, are they in governance now on another member they again.
Well, every strategy actually for aim at satisfying the public.
But a strategy.
Well, if you think as a strategy, it aims at satisfying the public good. But what I want for say largely here, being at the time where the president been there when he not being a national responsibility, there was always time for make able for meet with party members. Now he get national responsibilities, and that make able for make that known to the party members and say, "Una give me job for do for this country, and I want for do that job. We go make una all proud. So say yes, we support President Bio, and able for work for this country. We make we feel proud for the support we will being able for give. As a leader, also we care for make sure say in people are able for make progress in life. Well, he take the leadership because he's the leader of the party, but this is a decision of the party for make sure say we.
So quickly, this money wanna turn into microcredit scheme. Now
individual contributions, then where they actually open
how much individual go able contribute for reach such
we money? Get organizations, we get regional executives, we people contribute at regional levels, at institutional levels, people contribute. So or them pledge for instance. Well, I don't get the estimate, but like one region pledge something like 2 billion, the other region 1.5 billion. Certain institutions the 1 billion. So when you put that all together, I can able for really give a boost for a start for like people able for benefit.
Continue for the between the program. Lahai Lawrence Lima. That come to you, Victor Islands, and all right, so they continue the program. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Quickly, we'll take this short commercial break.
They causing confusion.
But this confuse me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in Wall Solid. Look in block them with them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen. Me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life, and extra yield cement where are they use, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement now the highest grade cement at the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want you concrete, wall, and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na all the shop and building material store na the one whole country.
This production 2007.
Waiting on me, sister, in they cry. Waiting on what are they now we are. We the top was still the system dry. One day they no actually why. Now they want for the we votes. Now they want weapon we then goes. They left we they suffer down our post. One day they no actually why.
right, we continue the program. Good morning, Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We hope so you enjoy the short music they will do inside the program as today na International Human Rights Day. And the Human Rights Commissioner Salon and then partner them, they come together for celebrate this particular day. We still get Victor Ailansana, Deputy Chairperson na the Human Rights Commission of Salon. There this morning, we talk about this particular celebration. And today, then go start with a float parade from Shaka Stevens Street, Campbell Street, and then go end up at the British Council outside the Human Rights Commission and partner them go make different statements them. Mr. Lansana, some of them statements there so where una they make today basically it go focus on the urge on the call on government or maybe remind them of their commitment, and also one pan them on they remind them say they need for do a forensic lab for begin analyze some of the rape cases them so that victim them go get justice. Apart from this day no more to do on the call on government and remind them of their commitment after the day how una go ensure say as a commission una continues on our engagement with government for do some of them thing there, especially they all get for do the forensic lab.
Okay, thank you very much. Before we take that break, we'll be talk. I'll be beginning for talk about the current topical human rights issues that the commission they deal with. I'll be don't tell you about sexual-based violence. We really at the center of our heart, but also we also get concern over detention and the fact that some inmates, some people, and they can get some problem with the law. You know, they can be in prison for some time without indictment for maybe get a day in court. So that aspect also now one we're very much concerned about. Even the fact that some prison centers, detention centers, they're really overcrowded. So it's also another very serious issue with the Human Rights Commission. Don't continue for engage in partners, in particular the judiciary. But again, I want to take this opportunity for say thanks to the judiciary. And also the office of the DPP, they don't do a very good job. I mean, they don't even set up an extraordinary sittings then for make them ensure say then they congest the prisons them. But we also continue for encourage them for me to do more so that we'll get prisons them. I mean the congested to a barest minimum. You see, so we as a commission we continue for engage with partners then for ensure say every Sierra Leonean get the opportunity for enjoy human rights. Again, I mean for answer your question directly. We always continue for engage with partners then, particularly to government. You know, the act give you the responsibility for we always collaborate with state institutions then, with governments particularly for we ensure say we're able to fulfill the work the mandate we get. So today now a day we're very unique, International Human Rights Day. Now I will take very, very seriously because it give you the opportunity for we address certain human rights issues then. Like you say, of course, with the call on government right now, for make now we don't get the Sexual Offences Amendment Act of 2019. That's a very laudable venture. The Human Rights Commission be actively involved in ensuring that that particular act comes into being. But then the forensic lab would actually ask for is very, very important because I don't know if they would not foresee people then they go. I mean, a man they will send in prisons. I mean, unjustly or because there is lack of evidence. Sometimes the tweak cases out of court, or sometimes even from the investigation level, the police the tweak case them say no, we don't get evidence. All of that they actually impede justice. So Mr. that is why we are calling on government for forensic lab.
I ask on the issue of continuous engagement with government, especially on the issue of this forensic lab, so that then go able for they do analysis on rape cases, then victim them go get justice quick one. Yeah. We don't they see plenty organization them they like this, then can just go out there, make a statement at the end of the day, then forget about them particular statements and the continuous engagement. Now I'm very strategic on government for letting able for deliver on them promises them.
Yes, I mean, the Human Rights Commission are a very unique institution. Section 7 of the Act, subsection 2, is very clear that the Human Rights Commission for collaborate with government for ensure say issues of human rights are addressed. So, for we, it's a continuous job that we do. Now, continuous engagement, continuous activity. So, it's not just a one or something. We go to the British Council, we make statement them, and then we scatter and we'll go sleep. No. We continue for engage with partners them for ensure say wait to the call on government for make them do for make they address them. So one the forensic lab will call on government because we want for ensure say justice is served for everyone you know, be you a perpetrator or be you, I mean, a victim, we want to ensure say we get justice served for everyone. Then also we call on government for they make a public pronouncement against death penalty. We know already that there is an existing moratorium. The previous government be actually make that pronouncement. But once this new government for come out very, very clear for make a public pronouncement on death penalty. I mean, this moratorium for continue until there is, I mean, there is a law where they will expunge death penalty from our law books. So it's a very serious, I mean, engagement today. Government officials go there. I should say the Minister of Justice, for example, will represent the government for will go and discuss these human rights issues then.
Even though una gets area then where una don't focus, but looking at the broader picture, how serious the commission take the citizens them access to basic necessity them we serve as the human rights as well. How serious una take issues of electricity and other things them where the citizen then forget access to?
I mean, that's a very serious question you don't ask me. Me, I'm a very big fan of what we call socio-economic rights, because we believe, say, for making you able to enjoy the civic and political rights, you know, you get for ensure first there is socio-economic rights in place. So the issue of, for example, education, electricity, water supply, all these are rights we continue for engage government on for me to ensure they provide them. And that is why part 2 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, 1991 Constitution of Sierra Leone, is very clear. It talks about state obligations. I mean, the aspiration of a state for ensure they provide socio-economic rights for every Sierra Leonean. So, for example, if there is no electricity, we know, say, for example, businesses, I mean, no go thrive. If there is lack of education or the quality of education is very low, we know, say, I mean, the job market will be affected. So we always continue for engage government for ensure, say, they actually provide those socio-economic rights then for people. But again, I get to say this, you know, we continue for call on government for maybe live up to the state obligations. But however, we also call on every Sierra Leonean, ordinary Sierra Leonean, for make sure say they also take their responsibility, because every right go to a corresponding responsibility. Over the years, I mean, we have been talking about rights. Yes, we want to let everybody write down that Akubola for make people know their rights then. But we also want to ensure say every Sierra Leonean own up to your responsibility. If, for example, you receive electricity, how you actually want for make government get money and provide electricity? If you go cut pipe, you know, for water, how you want to make government able for raise the INSAI funds for provide water? So we continue for call on we ordinary, I mean, Sierra Leoneans them for me they live up to the expectations, for me they ensure say this has been they become responsible citizens them, so that together with the government this country will become a better country for everybody.
The previous government been start the constitutional review process. Exactly. And it not been done, and now we don't get His Excellency President Bio in government. And today na International Human Rights Day. This BNTM we don dey certain cases of human rights violation. Una sef na the commission don dey come out, don dey point on certain thing them where government don dey do where una consider say na human rights violation. Today na International Human Rights Day. Any plan dey for remind government of the constitutional review process where the previous government be don begin and put one side?
Yes, I should say you get the statement from the Human Rights Commission on this day. I mean, all of these issues that we will discuss, so they are all in that statement. So the constitutional review process, the one way we actually state very clear in the statement today, calling on government for reopen that particular review process day, because we believe say it should be, I mean, something we for take seriously as the nation, because a constitution actually defines a people, it defines a nation. So that is why we are calling on government very passionately. Okay. That's what we say, in fact, in release, I mean, in the statement, that government should reopen that constitutional review process. Of course, we call the facts, yes. There was this committee that was set. I mean, the Constitutional Review Committee was set up by the previous government. That committee did a fantastic job. They came out at the end of the day with a fantastic report. They presented to government. But unfortunately, I mean, at the end of the day, the utmost goal winner for, I mean, ensure say there was a new, fresh constitution, you know, that did not take place. So now we call on government for reopening the process and for ensure say we get a speedy reaction towards enacting a new constitution. We will actually able to address the many constitutional issues that we don't come up since 1991.
It's continue for the week with the program. In the Deputy Chairperson, the Human Rights Commission of Salon, Victor I. Lansana. Today, they talk about the International Human Rights Day, where the Human Rights Commission and then partner them, they celebrate today. Now the Breaches Council Hall. Then they start with a float parade from Shaka Stevens Street, Campbell Street, and they end up na Breaches Council. Also, the commission and then partner them go make statements and remind government of them commitments them as way for promote human rights issues them in the country. Quickly, we can take text message, but I'll come back to you, Lahai Lawrence Lima from the Salon People's Party. Earlier, you state say una na members them na the SLPP now na they put together una money them where una able for raise funds for start this microcredit for una supporter them. If una na member them na the party, they put una money them. How sustainable this scheme will be?
Well, it depends on the commitment and how people pay back. Now, so the scheme go able for they make progress, and they let people understand say no to them personal money, and they not for be selfish, then for make sure say they're able for pay back so that the other one themselves will benefit. So with commitment and with proper sensitization for understand what's in the scheme they're about, we're able for sustain.
Any plans or any monitoring committee una don't set up as a party for ensure say the people them just like how you say they pay back the money they have for they wanna continue with the scheme?
Definitely, because for now we actually they about for collect the money, and once the money done there now, all of them structures then they go be put in place. Then go even get for like targets, who that then go for be the first beneficiaries, who that then go follow next, all of that kind of thing go get for like we able for continue the process.
But when I get any strategy in place for ensure say people where the party don't cater for already not be a burden on the national scheme where the Minister of Finance say they inside the 2020 budget, or it go for open to them back?
Well, and sit down in a national program, it all depends. If me want go take care of that, take care of that. But at the end of the day, if they draw me so, then draw me so. So I go make up my mind for concentrate one side.
But it go fine for let somebody where the party don't cater for be a
because definitely if we want for like you pay back the money, we no go, if we are aware say you don't take from the national side, then we no go want for like you benefit from the party you own, because that go it will create difficulty for make you pay back, because it's like you will be too scattered up and you know one for you don't know which side for concentrate, which one for pay, which one not for pay. So if you do one side, we able for we go make sure say we able for track records. If you're not a beneficiary of any loan scheme from the national basket, then we able for make sure say we make you a priority. But if you're not a beneficiary from the national scheme, then you not go benefit from the SLPP.
Now the SLPP party they in governance, so I wonder how a party go in governance if una sure say una really they govern the people in the way how it's supposed to be. If una forget any time again, for get a small scheme for the able for get something where una people them go able for get money from, where una not like focus on the broader picture for make sure say everybody is involved.
Well, not everybody they in governance as it is now. The national organizing secretary.
But some party they in governance.
Sure, the national organizing secretary is focused with the party. Even the chairman for now is focused with the party. And then we party get a structure. We get a structure. We start from zone levels and chiefdom levels, and at the same time you also come to constituency. It go to that. So we get an organization where it make them very easy for like we able for target. So they can just do a memo and say, okay, zone executive, we want this kind of structure, this kind of information. They keep pass them through the district. And the district in honors pass that again to the region, and then it come to the national level. So we get all of them structures, and the way cable make it easy for
apart from this microcredit scheme and the separation of certain position them where una do and some changes now in our constitution. Another thing they way don't they come up this term where you as the national publicity secretary for the party don't they come out publicly in social media and condemn now the issue of discipline among una party members them. Anything like this been come up now this convention as a way for strengthening some of our laws them for discipline our members that we want to go out of the way?
Definitely, but even at that, like the conference get that public part of them, and then the conference get that one way they for the internal program. So the one way actually not be meant for the public will be able we even end up big the media for like the excuse me and all observers for excuse me. So that aspect therefore do the internal part of them. So I go left down there for the party.
So you know for talk about things then we get for do public discipline among una members?
No, well,
way
even
you be don't talk about strongly.
Discipline are one thing. Even like we can't go into the elections now. Now one thing that way the president herself as the leader of the the soon to be leader of the party be able for make sure say emphasize. Okay. Where it talks say we forgo into the contest as a family, and if be a very family contest, we for be based on very we will for be civil about. And we mean say, you know, mean say because me the contest for this position and I get my supporters enough for respect the other person, we instead they come on for the same position and able for also stress on that say we no go take that light if anybody go out of the way. So the party is actually founded on the culture of respect for elders and for one another. Although in politics sometimes you not get control over what your supporters and they do. But as long as they believe in you, you're able to control them.
Quickly, before we look at the text messages, I just want to ask this question. We've been saying earlier, this money when I put together for the scheme come out from different regions and raise up to billions now some side them. I wonder where people complain say the grown dry, how SLPP members them able to raise billions of leons where they can give to a member them as my
if grown dry, there are people who are working, they are salaried.
Now, what kind of work then they do for raise billions of leons?
No matter, not one person get for raise that. If, for instance, me, I come on me that come is the region, me na kind of a person. I decide to give 1 million leons. I can't afford that for my salary. Let's say we get about 100 or 200 of people will say I will give 1 million leons. This year I will give 500. This year I will give 2 million. Well, not necessarily. Some people even they would not work for government, but sometimes they can even contribute better than me. Let's assume, for instance, who they go for the hands off. There were people who know the work in our government who contribute far away waiting who contribute. In fact, some of we make pledges. I'm not talking about this. Say sometimes some man will be committed himself to the pledges that we make.
So that we say for on side, the ground not dry day.
Well, I think say the ground in dry and all is about commitment. Me, as ministers, I'm telling you, if you go to other country, you see the life of other ministers and they live and how me they live my own life. It's all about commitment for let this country go before. So I'm able to manage myself within my means.
Right. Continue for the program. Lahai Lawrence Lima, the National Publicity Secretary for the Salon People's Party. Who they look at few text messages them. We don't come now the program this morning. The first one they take they come from Hassan Mansokagbo on our Facebook page. They say the fight against rape will be more successful if this forensic lab can be provided to determine the correct perpetrators, so justice can be made fair and accurate, not on presumption or assumptions.
This one says, thanks, Mr. Lansana, for highlighting the Constitution. But is the Human Rights Commission going to look into the land tenure issue?
More messages now Facebook page, and this they come out from Henze Amara. They say history has time and again shown that unlimited power in the hands of one person or group is in most cases mean that others are suppressed or their powers curtailed. The separation of powers in a democracy is to prevent abuse of power and to safeguard freedom for all. Mr. Lima, what is the time frame for the party leadership given to the president?
This other one said the SLPP is getting closer to what they used to criticize the APC for. President Bio does not need such position at this moment.
More messages. We don't come na the program this morning from Albert Fuji on our Facebook page. They say no human rights there but human pain. How people are suffering.
Alright, this other one from the ACC story where we are about International Anti-Corruption Day when I be yesterday. The boss say bravo to the boss and staff of ACC for a job well done. Please continue with haunting Sierra Leoneans who have eaten the country's money from corrupt people. Amara Alfana Friton.
This one they say, Mr. Liman, is the scheme done by region?
Alright, this other one where we go look at will be my own final one for this time. The person said the International Human Rights Day is not worth celebrating until and unless government start to look into the various human rights violations across the country after the 2018 elections. It come out from Castino Nalungi.
Alright, well from the messages then when they come to studio guest them for letting respond, when they start to you, Victor Islands and now from the Human Rights Commission.
I want to say plenty thank you to we Texas them. We don't contribute to this program. Yes, some of them are really complimentary. Yes, the issue of forensic lab now one way we really push government to make them establish because we believe say as a commission forensic lab will able for help out for present the true picture of whether somebody involved in sexual, assaults or rape or sexual penetration. So where forensic lab no exist, sometimes some people in the case are going to jail where they're really innocent, and then also sometimes the police or probably even the court go dismiss a matter where, as a matter of fact, rape or sexual penetration going to happen. So with a forensic lab, then they actually will be able to address the kind of situation in day. So now one way we the press government for make they actually get them. Then also somebody talk about the land tenure issue. Yes, this now is something we really we look at right now, because we don't get several complaints. We listen radio, we follow television. We see a lot of people in Sierra Leoneans, then they come up with a complaint about the land tenure system, about how the Ministry of Lands generally they actually respond to the issue of land administration. So it's an issue where we really get we put our eyes on them, and very soon we try to meet with the minister for we're able for iron out situations. Then we very much proud that today we celebrate the International Human Rights Day, and as a new commission we take over. Since April to now, we don't do a lot of things then. So whilst we will celebrate the International Human Rights Day, we will also celebrate the achievement them so far we don't actually get. When the commission come into, when this new commission come, we'll be able, for example, for facilitate the release of one Dawda Cairo, we don't starve na jail for over 10 years, about 12 years. Ever going to High Court, because it was due for High Court, but there was no indictment. Because of engagement, stakeholders' engagement, we'll be able to find out Dawda Cairo, and we're able to facilitate, through the help of the DPP, we facilitate English. So we don't get several achievements. Then we don't go out for. In fact, during these 16 days of activism, we don't even engage communities for reach out to communities about the Sexual Offences Act, the provisions that within that act. So, for example, we're going to Kaningo, we're going to grafting. We're going to get people for actually understand the work of the commission. Several people don't actually understand what the commission they do. But now that we don't come, this new commission, we are really fired up. We continue to engage people and talk to them about their own obligations, just as we talk to them about their rights. So several achievements in there. We don't get enough time for I go through all of them. Today is International Human Rights Day. We are very happy to be here and for celebrate this day together with Sierra Leoneans.
All right, thank you very much, Victor Island Sana. Lahai Lawrence Lima.
Yes, I want to tell the texters and plenty thank you for the messages we send. One, they talk about what's the time frame for the leadership. Well, once the 21 days after publication lapse, and if no objection or come, the president goes automatically as the leader of the party, and it go there until that time where in tenure of presidency go come to an end. So in leadership self go there, where we go now go to the next conference for elect flag bearer. Once we elect flag bearer next, if it happens for be the one again where we elect, then it continue in again for another 5 years. So now in situation, for instance, let's say we go into an elections and the party no win, the leader they continue for provide leadership for the period we go back for another elections of flag bearer. So that is how it get for the happen now. Then somebody say SLPP is going back to something they've been criticizing. Well, not to say we go back to something they criticize. Waiting this constitution really don't do enough for try for be compliant with waiting section 35 of the national constitution provide. And we feel say the party get a manifesto way now the president the lead in governance for make sure say delivering promises to the people and a need for provider political leadership for able for accomplish in promises to the people.
Talking about criticizing some of them things there, so while Zona be there in opposition, during the term where the SLPP be there in opposition, the then APC in governance being do some changes in the own constitution again and make the president by then the chairman and leader of their own party when have been come out strongly and condemn some of them things there.
Well, thankfully enough, we get a leader way different from the chairman, and whilst chairman Ingo the entirely seek in party in interest, president gets the national lens for look at him for make sure say it balance the scale from not only focusing on party lens but also how best to go look at the bigger picture within the country. So that way they're capable for work hand in glove. But when you concentrate both the leader of the party and also the chairman or the administrative and political leadership on one person, then they normally issues then can come with, maybe can blur the national view. So perhaps some of them things then they will be get issue with, and that make we not go that way.
So before you left, how you go convince on our general membership say this decision we wanna take over the weekend? Now one way no go lead una otherwise, but thing we good for them.
Well, before I come, I just answer this person last question. We asked if the scheme done by region. Well, the scheme people then contribute from region, but the scheme is done by the national leadership of the SLPP. So now, in terms of convincing membership, say this constitution actually go able for make we not able for lead, we also go back. Well, much as how much amount they grow and society they grow now, so the laws have they grow and they require change. But as it is now, the changes that we don't make able to address some of the challenges that will be the face with the constitution, the existing constitution we will get, and we feel say because of that, all of them things and we will not be challenging factor we don't resolve now. We're not going to refer to them again.
So with President Bio being the leader of the SLPP, in tenure of presidency, and when I go back for votes for whoever on want for make a flag bearer, does this mean that President Bio will get an easy ride for go into the flag bearer race, considering the kind of stiff contest we've been getting in 2012, 2018?
Well,
this SLPP be making flag bearer.
I believe say with the kind way we don't bring respect to this country, not just the SLPP, to this country, the way in leadership don't bring respect to this country. I believe say everyone at the SLPP very proud of the work way they do, and then go just go give them an endorsement. It's my view.
Thank you very much. Lahai Lawrence Lima, National Publicity Secretary, Salon People's Party, and also the Deputy Chairperson for the Human Rights Commission, Victor Island Sana. Thank you. We come to the program, can talk about the International Human Rights Day and the activity them way una partner them they do today for remind government of their commitments them. Thank you very much. Now they end the program. Good morning, Salon for today edition. Alex Lawrence Koma and Michael Sambola and then produce the program. DJ Ahmad give you technical support, Moses Kavura and in team, and they make una watch we live now Facebook page. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a nice day.
And Mabel Kabade say goodbye.